Okay, so our last little mini lesson that I'm going to give you guys before you start working on your narrative is about dialogue. So you are going to today work on writing a little bit of dialogue that you're going to include in your story. And one of the key things I want to point out here in the directions is that you need to make sure that you make the people in your story sound like real people talking to each other. So you actually want this to sound like people talking, not robots or some weird people who've never talked to each other before, right? So let's go ahead and look at the example that we have here. Authors use dialogue for a lot of different reasons. It's not just about having people talking in the story. Sometimes the dialogue will reveal things about the setting or the characters or the problem in the story that it would have been hard for the author to reveal otherwise. It's also helpful because it can push the story along. Um, you don't want to just have dialogue in your story. You want to have dialogue with a purpose. Okay? So here we have a bit of dialogue from Ira Sleeps Over. It began when my sister said, "Are you taking your teddy bear along?" "Taking my teddy bear along," I said. "To my friend's house? Are you kidding? That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Of course I'm not taking my teddy bear." And then she said, "But you never slept without your teddy bear before. How will you feel sleeping without your teddy bear for the very first time?" "I'll feel fine. I'll feel great. I'll probably love sleeping without my teddy bear. Just don't worry about it," I said. "Who's worried?" she said. But now she had me thinking about it. Now she really had me thinking about it. I began to wonder. Suppose I won't like sleeping without my teddy bear. Suppose I just hate sleeping without my teddy bear. Should I take him? So I've got this little arrow off to the side here that asks you what's the purpose of the dialogue here between Ira and his sister, um, and what part of the plot does it help reveal. So when I'm reading through that dialogue, I see very clearly that Mr. Weber is using this dialogue between Ira and his sister to reveal the conflict or the problem of the story, right? So you want your dialogue to help push your story forward. It's not just there to take up space, it's there for a purpose.